Hey there, introverts and deep thinkers. Welcome to Introverts Unmuted, the podcast where we prove that quiet doesn't mean invisible and deep thoughts deserve a mic. So get comfy, plug in, and let's turn up the volume on our quiet confidence. I'm Amber Hansel, and this is Introverts Unmuted. Today, I am talking with Sania, and she is a certified master NLP coach that specializes in the purpose and identity coaching. How are you?
I'm amazing, Amber. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I am so glad that you could come on today and just chat about, what got you into, coaching and really being certified in NLP.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
What got you into this space, coaching and being certified?
Yeah, I was always interested in psychology and helping people. And most importantly, when I was a student, I was wondering about what's my purpose. Like everyone is pursuing medical or engineering, and I used to wonder, why are these just the two options people are going for? Are there other options, and what's the purpose of my life? So the journey began very earlier when I was in 9 metric, but I just kept studying engineering and all. But then when I entered engineering, I was just done with it. I felt like, no, this is not what I want to do for my life. And I started searching for things. I took many quizzes based on my star sign, which is Libra, and other things, just to know about myself more, about my personality more. Then I started with personal branding, marketing. I worked as a marketing strategist at a corporate in some companies, and then, like I told you, there was always a search for more. So then, even in marketing, you need to know consumer psychology and everything, right? So someone told me about NLP, and I started researching about it, and then I learned about an institute where we can get certified by American board from Pakistan via online. So I signed up, and then here I am.
I love that there's always such a journey into finding more and wanting this more. And within that wanting more, I'm sure that you found that there was challenges and obstacles consistently in your way around doing and researching your more. How did you stay true to yourself in understanding that that is what you want? How did you continue on this journey?
Yeah, so one thing about how exactly is that, one thing I was clear about, okay, my parents are telling me this, friends are telling me this, everyone is saying this and that, but I was always wondering what I want to do, because I knew the only thing that can bring me happiness if I do what really brings me fulfillment. And that's when I can be productive for other people as well. So that's what. And about the challenges, yeah, there were challenges. As I told you, I completed my engineering. So those 4 years of my life were good in terms of friendships, experiences, learning. And that degree has also helped me in corporate and in learning and reaching out to some good companies in Pakistan and US as well. So it was good, but it was engineering life was a bit challenging, because that was the time when I was constantly worrying about what's next in my life. It was quite an uncertain life. The major certainty started coming after graduation, when I got my first job very soon, even before I got the degree. So I'm lucky in that sense, alhamdulillah. And then when I got into NLP, that's when everything just clicked, like, something you just wanted to do when you were a child, and then somehow life brings you there. So that's what happened.
I love that so much that it just clicked. So, how do others that you're coaching and others that you see in the space, what are a couple ways that they can stay true to themselves and keep going after what they want when they face an obstacle?
Yeah, so I believe that most important thing is that never just feel like, okay, it's okay, I'm happy. Many people, even yesterday, I felt that many people just suppress their self and they don't even
Mhm.
want to face the reality. And when you ask them some hard questions, they're like, okay, I'm done, it's done, it's done, it's done. No, it's not done. You are not facing your true reality. And once we start sitting with ourselves, that's when you know your authentic self. And having boundaries, I feel that is so important because other people, I'm not saying don't respect people. Of course, most of the time, the people who are influencing us the most are maybe your husband, your partner, and you love them, your parents, and maybe your elder sibling, or someone you have to respect. It can be your boss even, and you don't want to disrespect them, and you know they have the best intentions for you as well. Yet still you need to have boundaries, and communicating them respectfully is very important.
Yeah, I agree that setting those boundaries and having those in place, but you can have the boundaries, but like you said, it's about communicating those boundaries appropriately and when it is
Exactly.
time to do so.
Exactly.
Yes. And I agree that like we need to sit with ourselves and ask and accept our, our in words. I always say you need to sit with yourself, ask yourself the hard questions, and sit with the quiet. What do you have to say about around that of sitting with yourself in the quiet? Do you agree that that's the best way to do it?
Yeah, I feel that is. And just sitting yourself is not enough. That is the time when you need to reflect back on your experiences, on your feelings. I think feelings are very important. The more sometimes the more we start succeeding in life, we start ignoring our emotions, and which is not good in the longer run. And it appears in terms of health issues, pain, and many people in NLP we studied suffer from serious chronic pain because they have, or chronic illnesses sometimes, because they suppress their emotions and feelings at some point in their life. Emotions are never bad, they are always for you. So you
Mhm.
need to reflect on your emotions and you need to ask yourself, why is it happening to me? And one framework that I like to implement and I suggest my clients as well is a stop framework. Like start from S, stop. Then T, take a breath. Whenever anything unexpected happens, just take a breath. Give
Mhm.
yourself time. And then be open to your perspective, right? And then P, perspective. Get a perspective to it. And then again P, practice. So the P is two times. Practice it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. We need to stop, take a breath, and really reflect and examine from a different perspective.
Observe. Yeah.
What
Look
are we
for observe.
feeling?
Just openly
Yes.
observe the situation.
Yes, which does take so much practice because when you are in that moment of heated, rage or anything like that, or deep sadness, it's hard to come out of it and take a different perspective. So, for example, this past week, I've got a new puppy, I have the kids home from school. The anxiety, the rage is so up high because everything is happening at once. And when I realized that, oh my goodness, I am up here, things are really not good. I'm raging, I'm yelling, I'm feeling out of control. How can I take back my control? It was okay, first off, get off my phone, get off my computer, take a break. I dove into a book, and that's where it was like, okay, now I can just stop and breathe and just escape for a little bit and go, okay, what needs to happen next? Because then allowed myself to take a break, and then which allowed me to then go, what are the next steps for me to take and how can I change things going forward? Our routine is now changed. It's summer break, we have new things happening. So what are the next steps that need to take place? And so it was really about recognizing, though, that emotion, which has taken a lot of practice.
I agree.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it takes other people to also recognize the emotion in you and go, hey, I think you need a timeout. Like my husband did say that to me the other day. You need a timeout. I don't care where you go, but you need a timeout. And I said, yes, I do. And so sometimes when we are so in the emotion, we do need someone that we trust to say, hey, you need to recognize what's happening.
Yes, exactly. That's very important.
Yeah. So if someone's like, well, I don't have a spouse, I don't have someone, how can I recognize my emotion when I'm in the moment?
In the moment. Yeah, so the stop technique is for that. The one I just shared, that if you are in the moment, you just need to stop, take a breath, observe, take it in, and then, practice it again and again. Every time it happens, you need to practice, take a pause. And apart from that, I think it's important to have a coach or a therapist by your side, the one you can discuss your matters with. Or you need to have, if you don't think you have time for that, you need to have some tools. It can be digital tool or a physical tool. You have some diary or some notebook, a guided notebook. I would prefer that instead of just writing plain thoughts, have a guided workbook with you which can help you along. So I'm also creating that one for my clients as well. And I think that's very, very important to reflect and sit back and, observe your thoughts and have, make it like your companion. Feel like it's your friend. You can trust it. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that you're making that workbook, because I think journaling is such an important piece, especially introverts are very reflective, and we sometimes get overwhelmed with even just sitting down to journal. So even having that guide to walk us through helps so much. And then also feel free not to just be bounded by a guide, but allow your thoughts to flow as well. And having those tools really will help you in the long run understand your emotions and break through them so that you can feel better and be, as I was reading a book and it really said that we don't feel our emotions enough. We ignore them so much. We just move past them. We keep pushing through, we keep doing it, but we don't sit there and go, what is this? Why does my chest feel tight? Why am I tense? When it is an emotion that we have yet to process, because the world is so fast paced right now.
And most often we just feel uneasy and we don't know. So for that, in meditation, etc., they teach us that, just close your eyes and feel, where do you feel tension in your body? Where is that tension? Try to release that, point that out, and then release that.
Exactly. It's identifying where that emotion is and what that emotion is, so that you can go, hey, it's okay, I got you, we can still be friends, you can hang out with me. Accepting the rage and being like, hey, I see you. You don't get to control me, but I do acknowledge you. And I think that's a huge piece of what people can do, is just acknowledging their emotions in this practice.
Exactly.
Yeah. So during the time, so what do you have during this time? What do you have happening? How can people connect with you right now? You said you were working on a notebook. Is there anything else you have going on?
Yeah, I just launched the Boundary Blueprint, and it's like web app. It's very interactive and it's a quiz. It starts with a quiz, and in that quiz there are several questions which help you know if your relationship, any, you can do it multiple times, and any relation you have in mind, it can tell you if it's healthy dynamic, you have healthy dynamic with them, or if it's toxic, mildly toxic, or severely toxic. And then it dives deeper in the areas where you show severity. It tells you what you can do to help solve it, and then it guides you to build an action plan for yourself, on your own. Like, it's not something that will teach you do this, do this, do this. It will guide you based on NLP principles and Green Brown framework, so many popular frameworks. It will guide you step by step, and then in the end it will just push you to, softly, to just set a date and time for it. And then there's a guide explaining why your self-worth is important, what level of strictness you should have in your boundaries for specific personality types in your life. Some, for example, emotional manipulators, they need the strongest boundaries. There's no way around them. And the frameworks and explanation of, when you first do it, you don't get the reasons, but afterwards I also give you the reasons of why I asked you to do all of that. And then there are strategies of peace. For example, there are some bubbles. You just click one bubble and it will pop up a dialog box telling you, like, how you can achieve that mindfulness. A small tip. So it's a guide, and then it's a complete forum where you can also chat with other people. And chat portion is separate, and then there's a forum portion which is I called rising room portion. Sorry, I said portion. So it's a rising room, and there I share deep insights on my experiences with my client. Today I was creating a post about some experience my client had about, because of not having boundaries. Someone was influencing her so much and not allowing her to have freedom in her own space. How can she resolve that? So it's an ongoing forum. If you have any challenge, you can discuss with me. I'm all there for you. So it's like that. And
That sounds,
for your
yeah.
clients, I'm gonna, if they are interested, I'm gonna give them 40% discount. Just after this meeting, I will create that discount promo code for you, and it will be Ember 40, and they can join it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I will also have the links listed in the show notes and how long that discount will be available for. This podcast will be going out middle of next month, roughly. So, yes,
Pricing currently it's $27, and yeah, so maybe I will increase it. I'm not sure, but currently it's $27.
Awesome. So make sure that you go grab that if that is something of interest. It feels like it is so in depth, which I absolutely love for that. So if any of you are interested, go connect, go grab the guide. You, I'm pretty sure, are not going to regret that. So is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, anyone can contact me if they need support related to boundaries, having boundaries. I also offer coaching services. So you can check that on my website too, which is in my link in bio in Instagram. So, and I can also give it to you. So you can contact me. I'm launching my self-help, self-coaching transformation. It's a complete transformation with analysis, deep work, goal setting, vision setting, value setting. So it's an ongoing work. But meanwhile, if you need coaching, you can always reach out to me. If you just want to chat, you can reach out to me. I'm always here.
Awesome. So make sure you go connect with her over on Instagram. I will have the link down below, as well as all the other links needed to connect with her. So thank you so much for coming on today to chat. This was great. And everyone enjoy.
Thank you so much.